Hi, I'm Sarah.
I'm Drew.
I'm Emma. And I'm Hayden.
And we are back with another full family review for Let's Table It. Today we are talking about the 2 to 4 player game Garden Geckos.
This is designed by James Staley
and published by 10 Robot Games. In Garden Geckos, you are placing tiles to fulfill different objective cards, whether they are terrain or insect objective cards, and placing your geckos on those tiles. So, what did we like?
I really liked the little bug tokens, especially the butterfly and the ladybug.
I would agree. The component quality is really amazing. The wooden geckos and the insects, they are colorful and they just really look nice.
Mm-hmm. And even the tiles, there's no ambiguity. Every one is very clear cut, very on theme with flowers or paving or water, grass, etc. And again, they're very, very clear, easy to see, and put along with the geckos and the little bug tokens and stuff, and it's really cute.
Yes, it has a really great table presence once you get all of those tiles laid down. It's very bright, cheery, engaging. I really did like the production. Gameplay wise, it is a puzzly little game. You have to really think about where you're going to put those geckos, where you want to place your tiles so that you can set yourself up for bigger turns later. It really surprised me with the depth of strategy that we needed for this game.
Yeah, for, being this little cute little game, there was a lot to it, definitely. But at the same time, not so much that the kids couldn't play with us.
Yes, yeah, definitely. I think the kids played pretty independently. We didn't help a ton. Another thing I really appreciated was the ability to work on different objectives at the same time, where you have terrain objectives where you want your geckos to be on certain types of terrain, and you also have these objectives that you want to connect different insects in different patterns. And I really liked that puzzle for me of, well, if I place this one here, then I can still work towards this next one just in case somebody would get to an objective before me. You can kind of balance that out and work on a few at the same time.
And I think that really helped to mitigate that, sometimes that feel with a competitive game as a family of, I'm never getting anything. Everybody keeps taking what I'm going for. Mm-hmm. And they might take one thing, but you were probably going, like you said, for at least one other one at the same time.
Yes, it definitely helps you feel like there's more to achieve than just the one objective that's out at the moment. And so if somebody else gets there first, it's not the end of the world. You still probably have something that you can easily work towards. Yes, I definitely liked that. Some negatives? Does anybody have any negatives?
I didn't like that sometimes you would just get stuck. Like nothing would work. It's pretty lucky in that sense.
There were a few times where someone would be waiting for one specific type of terrain and they just couldn't get it. And that was a little bit frustrating. There is a rule in the rule book where you can spend a bug token in order to draw 3 new tiles and then discard 3 tiles, so you could keep 3 of those 6 tiles. I don't think we took advantage of that as we could have to mitigate some of that luckiness.
Yeah, I think that might have helped. But it's just one of those, again, in your mind, you're thinking, oh, that's a victory point.
Yeah.
Or 2.
2 if it's your special one,
So, definitely.
Yeah, there were a few moments, I think Hazen felt that way a few times, where he just could not get the terrain that he was going for. And so, yeah. And it can kind of be frustrating, too, when you have your geckos exactly where you want them. That objective gets taken, and so now you have to reset for another one. But, again, that's pretty easily mitigated if you are looking ahead and trying to keep your options open and not getting too locked in.
Yeah. And the great thing about this, too, is between the art and the gameplay, you can be as tactical and, as in-depth as you want to be. Mm-hmm. But if you're just playing with you and your kids and stuff like that, you can also just enjoy, piecing things together and doing stuff like that. So again, it comes down to how you want to play the game and who you're with, and it adjusts really well for that.
It does. There's even a little more of an advanced mode that we did not try with our family being a little younger. We did not try that advanced mode, but if you need to kick it up a notch, that is definitely available.
Yeah. So it'll definitely scale, not just, I think it scales well for number of players, 2 to 4, but the other nice thing is I think it scales for age. So being able to play at 8 all the way to adults, it's a nice change of pace. So you don't see that often.
The box does say 14 plus, but Emma is 10, almost 10, and she very successfully played independently. Hazen is 8. It was maybe a little bit too much for Hazen, but he still was able to score some of those objectives on his own and really think about where he wanted to place his tiles and his geckos independently. So I would say it's not a stretch to say 10 plus.
Yeah.
And maybe if your kid can handle it, maybe 8 plus.
Yeah.
And it played pretty quickly. I think our plays were maybe half an hour.
Somewhere around there.
At 4, and maybe a little bit quicker at 2. So it's one of those where we compared it to some of those other tile laying games that are just relaxing, where it is competitive, but it doesn't feel too stressful.
Yeah.
When you're laying those tiles out.
Yeah, definitely.
This has been a full family review of Garden Geckos. If you would like more board gaming content, make sure you're subscribed to Let's Table It. If you'd like to follow our family's day-to-day gaming adventures, follow us on Instagram at Sarah Always Loses. Thanks for watching.